Thank you, Delton. I think everyone should give Delton another big round of applause. He's been a great host. The first time I met him, I thought he was a bumbling, goofy member from BAC. And now look at him. He's a bumbling, goofy VPPR of BBD Toastmasters. Yes. Growth, improvement. That's what Anyways, most of you here are BBD students. And it's July. You know what that means? Semester's break's gonna end. You have to register for new classes sooner or later, and then you'll start going to class anymore. Or at least that's what most of the people who are second, third, fourth, first years, because some of us, the graduating, we're not worried anymore, right? Yeah, I saw that story, yeah. Celebration. Now it's unemployment, right? But these 4 years of sleepless nights, like coffee, you're not gonna escape coffee, wait, don't worry, don't think too much about it, you're not gonna escape coffee. These sleepless nights of those 4 years of procrastinating and doing essays, reports, presentations last minute. There's 4 years of drama, breakups between friends, and in school, and UBD. These 4 years are hectic, but they were fun. And let me provide you my sagacity and let me provide you wisdom from my personal experience to help some of you UBD, my juniors, to survive a year here in UBD, survive your time here in UBD. I'll give you like 4 tips for the first 4th year. All right, so it's the first year, right? New university, a new blank slate. Like you want to reinvent yourself. It's like a CC1. How are you going to introduce, yourself to new people? And that's when you start to experiment with things. You experiment with hair. You experiment with fashion sense. And some of you may have heard that joke about the Pikachu hat. And let me tell you, it was wrong. I didn't went into Toastmasters with the Pikachu hat. I went into Toastmasters, what was it? With this hat. It was this hat, not the Pikachu hat. Here, Dalton, you can do it. So it's not this hat. So just some, fact checking here. It's that hat. If you want to try it, sure. It's like it's haunted right now. But I was there experimenting, and obviously it didn't work out. I'm not wearing that hat anymore. I don't have straightened, rebonded hair. If you remember that phase in my life. But there was a time when I was experimenting not only in Toastmasters, but like with other social life. I went to clubs, CCAs, ECA clubs, Toastmaster clubs, Japanese culture club, performing arts club, and there I met people that I thought I was weird, but they were so weirder than me. There's this one guy who is, to put it bluntly, a beast. If he sweats, it feels like he's sweating lard. If that makes sense. There was this other, and I've met this other friend, she's a girl, and she's really hairy. I feel like if you sit her next to Hazwan looks like he had chemotherapy 5 years ago. And I thought I was feminine, but I met this one friend, and he was so feminine, I felt like if he was sitting on a lollipop, he'd know the flavor. So people weirder than me, but even though they were kind of like weirder, they seemed happy because they were in their place. And because of that, I discovered about myself that, I can accept all these flaws. Maybe I'm hairy, maybe I'm fat, maybe I'm a bit feminine, but if they're happy, then why am I not happy? So the first year is really about exploring yourself. So don't be afraid to experiment with going to clubs, the proper clubs, not the haram clubs in Brunei. And maybe test out your fashion sense, because who knows, some things will work, some things won't work. But look at me now, I'm so fashionable. Alright, so that's the first year. Now you come to your second year. You're done experimenting, you're done finding who you are, and now this is where the drama starts. Suddenly, the friends you make, one of them broke up with their boyfriend, here's some popcorns. And like, it's also entertaining. I have another one. And like, apparently, this girl who broke his heart, we are now in the same group. So, in the group work, it's so awkward. And did you hear about that one club that actually, the treasurer stole money from it, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so, like when I told to Ling Ling's mother, she went, ho! But all these dramas and unnecessary stuff happens all the time. And you also get to know your friends better, and you know certain people who you will not get along with. Like, enjoy your popcorn. And truth be told, you're not going to get along with them. So you learn to, you know, they've shown you their dark sides. I don't know about Rano's dark side. But like, you really need to decide if you want to be their friend anymore, because at this point in time, while it's still transitioning to the serious parts, you still need to decide if they're going to help you, which they will later on. So, you know, after you've done your second year, all that money lost, and you decide to learn all this stuff anymore, and you go to DY. So basically what DY means, discovery years, that popcorn and I hope no one's, if you all have stomach pains, it's not the food, okay? It's the laughter I'm doing. So, basically third year discovery year, spend a year doing something outside of UBD. So you might be studying abroad, or an internship, or incubation. Now, this is a part where you just want to experience the real world, experience the work environment, outside of the environment, so you can, you know, after you graduate, you can transition easier. However, there are some unlucky ones that, because of their certain grades, they didn't get to do fun stuff like go to Japan and stuff like that, which is sad. But in my case, I decided to take advantage of it. I was interning in RTB, and let me tell you, just between us, RTB is pretty boring. Do you watch RTB? Okay, great. I don't think anyone's offended. So during my time there, I really had nothing to do. So what else I could do was invest in Toastmasters. And I invested in Toastmasters so much, I got the Outstanding Member Award. I believe all of you feel like the reason why I got Outstanding Member was because I worked hard. No, not really. It's because that's the only thing I could do at the time. So, yeah, it's really about like making the best of things, I guess. If you're interning here, might as well go to Toastmasters, do the best you can, be the best BPPR, and get the Outstanding Members Award. So if you want the Outstanding Member Award during your DY, intern in UBD, RTB. You won't do anything there. No. So after all that's done, it's finally fourth year, your last year. This is where things get serious. You need to get serious. The grades are going to matter so much, and you're going to panic. How am I going to graduate? These assignments, 40%, 15K report. I'm not kidding. I had to do that. And it's like, how do you do this? Well, if you remember your second year, your friends, who are staying, who's good, this is where you get to exploit the friends. I mean, delegate your friends to do their work. So you know a person, she likes to gossip. Oh, she's good at researching. you know a person who likes to talk. Oh, he can be a great presenter in my class. Oh, Toastmasters, yeah, sure. And then, you know, you use other people like, oh, this guy likes videography, get him to do it, and you don't have to do anything. So it's really about getting your best people, come together, be fake with them if you have to, and get that grade. And guess what? Then not to brag, last sem I got 3 A's, 1 C plus 1 B, but that wasn't enough. So, to prove a point, in your 4th year, try to delegate, be serious, and delegate the people who you think suits some task best. So, those are 4 years of my experience in UBD, 4 years of my, I guess what I experienced, my wisdom, my sagacity. I can pass to my juniors, my co-high, I guess, so that in the next 4 or 3 or 2 years, you're gonna have a good time, and then you can start worrying about employment. And in all honesty, in the last 4 years, did I have fun? Yeah. Was it stressful? Yeah. Am I gonna miss it? Not really. But you know why? Because I have to extend a semester, so I'm actually not graduating this year. So yeah, I'm extending it, so I'm not with you guys anymore, so 1 more semester in UBD, but yeah, then I can worry about employment. So, like I said before, if you want to get through UBD life, all you gotta do is experiment in your 1st year, find your friends, filter the unnecessary ones, cut them off, then make the best of your time, and then use whatever knowledge you have about your former friends and use them to get the grades you want. So yeah, I hope you have a nice dinner. I'm sorry UBD doesn't have a lot of food, but I blame the treasurer. And with that, I hope you have a great day going home. Enjoy your dinner, guys.